have you ever felt completely exhausted, mentally drained, and like you can't keep up anymore? You wake up tired, you somehow survive the working week, and even the weekend does not bring the relief. If this sounds familiar, you might be heading straight into burnout. And if you don't want to end up like this, then stick around, because today we are going to discuss how to prevent burnout and what to do if you're already feeling it. Hello everyone and welcome back to Psychology in Business. This is Victoria. I empower business leaders to transform mindsets and behaviors to achieve their goals. And the transformation of the mindset today will be about a very simple idea that our success in business and in life in general starts at very basics. It's about our physical and mental health. So let's begin. Burnout is not just about feeling tired or stressed. It's a chronic condition caused by prolonged workplace stress, which was not managed properly. The World Health Organization defines burnout as a syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. It includes three main symptoms. First, emotional exhaustion, feeling drained and unable to cope with daily situations at work. Second, depersonalization or cynicism, becoming detached and developing the negative attitude towards work. And the third, reduced performance. So lack of concentration, impossibility to focus on something, and lower performance and achievements. Feeling ineffective, struggling to concentrate, and drop of productivity. If left unchecked, burnout can lead to very serious health issues, such as anxiety, depression, so clinical depression, not what we call depression when it's just not a good mood, so clinical depression, or even cardiovascular issues. We don't want it. What causes burnout? There are several major causes of burnout, so let's go through them one by one. First one, it's excessive workload. Too many tasks, unrealistic deadlines, and no time and resources to manage it and then to recover. And it could be in business, in corporate life, or when it's your business, you can generate it actually to yourself without understanding the consequences. Second one, which is connected to the first one, is poor work-life balance, when there is no time for any other activities in life, any hobbies, other people, relationship, and so on. No time to relax and to recover. The next one is lack of control. It's a lack of decision-making rights and not enough autonomy or authority to accomplish something by yourself. Next one is a lack of meaning. Meaning of what you do, why you do it, and does it overall matter and brings value somehow in your eyes. Toxic work environment with lack of support, lack of leadership, very specific colleagues, and of course then automatically conflicts with them, conflicts of interest, and overall toxic culture and environment. And the last but not least is unclear expectations about your responsibilities, about job, about where the company is heading, unclear expectations and no vision, no understanding what's going on, and no boundaries between people, responsibilities, jobs, anything. And of course, someone would say, hey, just don't think about it. It's not that easy. It's not only in our head. Our body responds to stress with specific hormones and neuromodulators. And when burnout happens, those hormones become imbalanced. Cortisol. If it is chronically high, it leads to fatigue, sleep problem, and weak immune system. And if you think that it might be that you have high cortisol, you can just go to doctor and analyze it. For example, make a blood test. Then you will understand your current situation and what to do with it. The next one is adrenaline. It increases under stress, and when it is chronically high, it causes anxiety and heart problems. Dopamine and serotonin are, so to say, hormones or actually neuromodulators of happiness. And when burnout comes closer and closer to us, they drop down, heading us to depression. So depression is most probably and quite often is a disbalance of this dopamine/serotonin complex. And serotonin we quite often receive from food, for example, from bananas or chocolate. And in addition to the whole stress and burnout, we will have also some more kilos, which we actually didn't want and didn't plan to have. So now let's discuss how to prevent burnout before it takes over your life. Here are some strategies. First of all is to set up boundaries. Don't allow work to consume all your day. We have to have clear boundaries between work hours and relax hours to recover for the next day. And I know you will tell me, yes, but I have business or I have important period of time in my project and therefore I cannot do it. Okay, but we have to make sure, that's point number 2, that we have at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep per day. So there are some lucky people who need only 5 hours of sleep today and they are absolutely happy about that, so it's enough for them. But most probably you would need 7 or 8 or even a bit more time to sleep, and this should be unquestionable time. So we must make sure that we relax properly, because sleep is a baseline for our normal day activity. The next one is to have breaks on all possible levels: daily, weekly, monthly, every year. So on daily basis, we need to have breaks during our working hours. You can use Pomodoro technique. You can just have 5 minutes break every 1 hour. For example, you can start every your meeting 5 minutes past 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and so on and so on. This will give you at least some time to recover and, I don't know, have a cup of tea or coffee. Don't overconsume coffee. And also it is very important to have proper lunch, not only because of food, but also to have a real 1 hour break, to go away from the building, it would be the best, to enjoy fresh air, to sit outside, eat, and somehow switch your mind. So to restore, recharge, recover during the day. And also after the work, it is important to use your time for whatever activities, hobbies, or spend time with friends and family, but to do anything not related to work. On the weekly base, we also need to use our weekends as a time to recover. They are invented not by accident. Yeah, it's time which we actually really need to restore and recharge our mental and cognitive activities and capacity, and just restore the psychological and mental health. So it is important to use weekends to relax and not to work more. Every month or every 2-3 months, it's good to have long weekend, like 3-4 days, to go away from your normal daily routine and enjoy life activities, spend time with someone you want to, or maybe alone, doesn't matter. But to do anything to recover and again recharge your battery, yeah, on monthly level. And also every year it is, of course, very important to have a vacation, like several weeks, yeah, all together or separately, but to have that time to really disconnect from work and think about something else, to relax and recharge the batteries. The next one, exercise regularly, because physical activities helps us remove the stress hormones from the body. It also helps us to improve immune system. The next one is to have a balanced diet. Eat properly, not processed food, but enough vegetables and proteins. And also you can Google very easily foods which boost serotonin. So when you have lack of serotonin, you can just eat something healthy, for example, nuts or avocado or eggs. So you can find anything suitable to your diet and preferable food, and find something suitable and incorporate in your daily routine. It would be the best. The next strategy is to practice mindfulness and relaxation. Any type of meditation, breathing, yoga, and journaling, discussing your feelings and emotions, your day, your strategies and situations with psychologist, mentor, or coach. Anything and everything can help. The next point is to have social support, family or friends or partner, anyone who can give you the feeling that you are not alone here and together you can everything. The last but not least is to find the purpose in your work. What exactly excites you? Which value do you bring? Why it is important to do what you do? Because why is way more powerful than how. And if you have issues to identify your why, you can reach me out via the link in the description, and we will together work to understand your why, your purpose, and all of these existential topics. What do we do here, and what do I want to achieve in my life, in my work life, and in life in general? So if you have issues on that, just reach me out, we will find it out. So what to do if you're already burned out, or how to support someone you love in this situation? Point number one is to acknowledge the issue, that the person most probably is not just tired, but absolutely exhausted. And it's not just temporarily, but it is chronically for quite some time, and it's now time to change it. So acknowledgement is a step number one, very important in any possible issues with our mental and physical health. It's acknowledgement of this issue. Next step is to talk to someone. At work, it could be manager or HR, or in general, it could be a psychologist, mentor, psychotherapist, to discuss the situation, at which stage your burnout is now, and what would be the best steps to weigh out. The next one is to take time off. So if it is possible, make a break to completely reset. Usually you see the person who is exhausted and you would ask this person, like, when was your last vacation? And he or she would roll the eyes thinking like, well, maybe last year or something. It is very important to have consistent time to relax. And if it is now acknowledged burnout, then it is definitely time to reset. The next one is to re-evaluate priorities. What causes such a big stress? Maybe you can change or adjust something during your workday or in your responsibilities, or delegate something as much as possible. I know that it is the issue for many people to delegate tasks to others. Probably I have to record a video on that, or you can just contact me if you think that it is absolutely impossible to delegate anything in your current position, and we will find out together. It is definitely possible. The next point is to reduce stimulants. So cut off caffeine, alcohol, and all the processed sugars. And of course, to have well-balanced diet, which I mentioned before. Next point is to gradually reintroduce enjoyable activities. Just walk in the nature, any hobbies, sport, playing tennis or soccer or playing the piano, anything which make you happy, just reintroduce it. And if you are on the stage when you cannot force yourself to go out from your home, it is definitely the sign to contact the specialist, I mean the doctor, because it's already the very clear symptom, which could be a symptom of a depression, like clinical depression. So it's definitely time to discuss it with doctor. So the last point, to summarize what I've just said, is to seek professional help whenever it is needed. So don't be scared or ashamed. Contact psychotherapist with medical education or another doctor who will be able to prescribe you medicine, that medication which help you overcome the current issue. So now we see that burnout is actually quite serious and can lead to clinical depression and other serious health conditions. And therefore it is so important to prevent it and catch it as early as possible. Basically, it is important for us to establish clear rules for ourselves to manage work-life balance. And this focus on our physical and mental health will actually lead to even greater achievements and success in business and life in general. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had the symptoms of burnout, and what helped you overcome it? Drop a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on psychology and business. See you in my next video.